Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your actions. If they have no clue what you are up to, they cannot prepare a defense. Ayanokoji rarely reveals his plans or intentions, often asking others for favors without divulging the purpose or endgame behind his requests. And when directly questioned about his intentions, he refuses to share them. For example, Horikita once asked him, "I want to know what's going on inside your head, what you're thinking. Who are you, really? What's your game?" Ayanokoji replied, "I will help you get to Class A, like I promised. But, don't go prying into my life." In another instance, Karuizawa asked him about the reason why he told her to oppose Horikita during a discussion about the sports festival. Ayanokoji's response was, "If I had to explain myself for every little thing, it'd be a pain. Anyway, I have secrets I'd like to keep." Even their teacher couldn't help but be curious about Ayanokoji's intentions. She told Horikita, "Learn as much about Ayanokoji as you can, while you still have the opportunity to do so, otherwise before you know it, it'll be too late. Why do you think Ayanokoji would be going out of his way to help the rest of you? And why despite his superiority does he refuse to reveal what he's capable of?" Out of everyone in Class 1D, the most effective student is Ayanokoji. Law 9. Win through your actions, not your arguments. Any momentary triumph you think you have gained through argument is really a Pyrrhic victory. The resentment and ill will you stir up is stronger and lasts longer than any momentary change of opinion. It is much more powerful to get others to agree with you through your actions, without saying a word. Demonstrate, do not explicate. Ayanokoji's utilization of this law is best exemplified in the Ken Sudo fight incident. 3 Class C students falsely accused Sudo of attacking them in an attempt to get him expelled from the school. During the student council, Ayanokoji didn't try to argue and remained silent. Instead, he came up with the idea of installing cameras in the place where the fight took place and telling the 3 accusers that there's recorded footage of the incident. This compelled the Class C students to withdraw their complaint against Sudo. In the scene mentioned in the previous law, Ayanokoji told Karuizawa, "It's understandable that you wouldn't just believe me, especially without any proof. That's why I'll create a situation that'll show you what I mean." Law 8. Make other people come to you, use bait if necessary. When you force the other person to act, you are the one in control. It is always better to make your opponent come to you, abandoning his own plans in the process. Lure him with fabulous gains then attack. You hold the cards. After installing the cameras at the location of Sudo and Class C students' incident, the final step was to get the accusers to the scene. Ayanokoji knows that if he or Horikita directly requested their presence, it would raise suspicion and potentially be seen as a trap. So Ayanokoji decided to lure them by asking Kushira to send them an email, making them believe that she wants to ask one of them out. Another example of this law is Ayanokoji's use of Karuizawa as bait. He intentionally placed her in a situation where the other class girls would bully her so that he could record the incident and use the footage as leverage. Ayanokoji also used this law against Ryuin. By torturing Karuizawa, Ryuin thought that he's forcing the mastermind behind Class D's successes to reveal himself. However, the truth was that it was Ayanokoji who was luring him into a situation where they would have a physical fight. He explained, "So have you figured it out yet? A situation where violence is the only way to resolve it. That's what I've wanted from the beginning. This whole time you've been operating under the assumption that I was afraid of being discovered. But that was all just an act to draw me into a trap, right? Took you long enough. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out sooner. Is that so? You're telling me that we've just been dancing in the palm of your hand?" Law 1. Never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior. In your desire to please or impress them, do not go too far in displaying your talents or you might accomplish the opposite, inspire fear and insecurity. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. No one likes feeling stupider than the next person. The trick, then, is to make your victims feel smart and not just smart, but smarter than you are. Once convinced of this, they will never suspect that you may have ulterior motives. Law 38. Think as you like but behave like others. If you make a show of going against the times, flaunting your unconventional ideas and unorthodox ways, people will think that you look down upon them. They will find a way to punish you for making them feel inferior. It is far safer to blend in and nurture the common touch. Throughout the anime, Ayanokoji has always tried to maintain a low profile, hiding his talents and never revealing his true potential. Even before entering the advanced nurturing high school, he deliberately aimed to obtain the lowest possible grades, scoring 50 on all entrance exams, and dismissing it as mere coincidence when questioned about it by Horikita. On another occasion, he denied being good at sports, despite indications to the contrary. When Horikita remarked, "I can tell you're holding back," he responded with, "No, I'm just not good at sports," to which she replied, "You're athletic, I've seen you show your skill, remember? Why do you hide what you're capable of?" Additional examples include Ayanokoji inquiring about the average grip strength to ensure he didn't surpass it, and deliberately allowing the student council president to win a race. And whenever he does something impressive to benefit his class, he orchestrates it so that Horikita or someone else takes credit. The exact motivation behind Ayanokoji's actions remains somewhat ambiguous. He said, "I don't like to draw attention to myself unnecessarily." In another instance, Karuizawa asked him, "Is there a reason you don't just tell people how smart you actually are?" His response was, "The attention would be annoying. I'd prefer to stay anonymous for as long as possible." This approach allows him to evade unnecessary attention and potential hostility from fellow students while enabling him to manipulate events discreetly and avoid suspicion. This strategy is in line with the principles of Law 26. Keep your hands clean. You must seem a paragon of civility and efficiency. Your hands are never soiled by mistakes and nasty deeds. Maintain such a spotless appearance by using others as scapegoats and catspaws to disguise your involvement. Ayanokoji employs several tactics to hide his involvement and maintain a discreet presence. One such approach involves seeking assistance and favors from students he's befriended, such as Horikita and Karuizawa, or striking deals when dealing with students he's not close to. He also always lets others do the talking. For instance, he let Horikita talk during the student council meeting, talk to students from other classes in the island, and talk to Ryuan in the cruise ship. Another technique Ayanokoji employs to uphold his clean image is having Horikita take credit for the plans that lead to Class D's accomplishments. For example, after he saved Sudo from getting expelled by using points, he told his classmates that it was Horikita who spoke to the administration and successfully convinced them not to expel Sudo. In another instance, when Ichinos complimented him for coming with the idea of installing cameras to trick Sudo's attackers, he said, "Horikita came up with the Machiavellian scheme. I'm just some guy following orders, to be perfectly honest with you." Ayanokoji also had Horikita take credit for identifying the class leaders during the island game, and for devising the plan to swap phones with Hirata during the VIP's game.